and good morning. Wow, that light's bright. Hi everybody and good morning. I'm just going to check that I'm on and live. As you can see, I'm at home again today. I'm quite enjoying this staying at home and being cosy. Right, let me see. There we are. Good morning. Hope you are all okay. Welcome to Coffee and Card Round. I keep forgetting the round numbers now. Round 15, week 2. Week 2 of our painted season suite. I've got a lovely card for you today. Well, I'd like to think they're all lovely, but we've got a lovely card today using the papers. So not so much stamping today, a little bit of stamping, but we're going to take advantage of the lovely papers. And I've got a few things to share with you regarding upcoming classes and events. So watch out for those. And yeah, let's see who's on. Turn the camera around. And here's our lovely card for today. There we go. You've seen this one quite a bit before because I've used it to advertise the class. And we have made one very much like it before. But it always goes down well. So let's see who's on. Excuse me. Let me just adjust that. Right, that's better. So hiya Wendy, hi Carol. Oh Carol, you're on live. You're doing good lately for being on live. Hiya Karen, hiya Jill, hiya Fiona, and hiya Linda. So thank you for tuning in. I've got 10 of you watching, so please do say hello. We could see me twisting my hair there. Please do say hello, and if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. So today we're going to make this card using scraps of paper. Now you got 6 pieces of 6 by 12 paper included, and we haven't broken into them yet. Now we do need 1 full piece of this paper for the last card for week 5. So you know that I do a fancy fold on week 5. Well, I don't have it here to show you, but we're going to do a fancy fold and it involves using a full piece of paper. So what I want you to do before you cut anything down today is take that piece of paper out of the equation so we don't cut anything off by accident. Now, I don't have the piece to show you that I've used because I've used it, but I don't know if you can see, it's this one here. Let me show you from the catalogue actually. Where is my catalogue? I got it. Right. So it's the Painted Seasons papers, and it's this one here that I've used for the card on week 5. On the back, it's got that pattern, so it's that one that I've used. So you may want to use a different one, but I've used that one. Let me see if there's a better picture of it. There isn't one there. It's this one here that I've used, but you can use whichever one you want, so that's fine. So keep that to one side. That's what I've spent 3 minutes trying to tell you. Keep it to one side. Hiya Diane. Oh, I'm having my coffee. In fact, I mustn't forget. Oh, bless you, Carol. No, I just think it's cute because you always put a comment saying you're watching on replay. Yeah, I've got a lovely coffee there. So in your pack, there's quite a bit in here, and I have to thank my friend Lisa, who comes and helps me sometimes on a Wednesday, and she helps me with these kits. She's brilliant. So what you have is an Evening Evergreen card base. Okay, there we go. And you have 2 rectangular pieces of basic white. Now, if you put these on your base, one is a little bit bigger than the other one. And if you need the measurements for this, get them written down in your little measurements book. But it's 10 centimetres by 14.3. And I'm going to type that in the chat. That's for the outer one. and then the inner one is 1/2 centimetre smaller. So make sure you pick the right one, and that one is 9.5 centimetres by 13.8 centimetres. And it's really important you pick the right one. So I want you to take the smaller of the two. You can put those two pieces to one side, and we're going to work with this smaller piece. You've also got one of the lovely labels. Now these come from the seasonal labels, which is part, some of you got these, some of you didn't. They are brilliant, and it's that one. They match the stamp set. And then you have a piece. Now everybody's could be slightly different, but you've got a piece, an offcut. It will be a completely different size to your rectangle, so not to confuse. I've made it more square. And this is for your stamping of your holly leaves and your berries. And you should have plenty. You should have more than you need, okay? Which is always a good thing. So if you have any little errors. Now I've put my mat somewhere. Hang on. Right, so we're going to do we're going to cut the paper first. Okay, so grab your trimmers and remember, put that piece of paper to one side that you want to use on your last card for the last week. Okay, and let's cut some paper. Now, the best way to do this so you don't waste is probably to cut the strip off like this. We're going to work with 1.5 centimetres. You will get some offcuts here. You will get, I'm just trying to think, would that be best? So it's going to be 1.5 centimetres by 9.5. So you're going to end up with these little bits, but we could make something with them. Alternatively, you know, you could cut this down to 9.5 and then cut your strips off, but you would be left with a long piece. So I'm just going to cut mine like this first, 1.5 by 9.5. Now, just check out if your papers do go a certain way, you need to have them going vertically. Now, I didn't use this paper on my original card, so that's why I've gone straight to this one, because I thought I'll make it look a bit different. And you might want to use the reverse side, and we need 8 pieces, 8 little strips. So everybody's really quiet this morning. I presume you're all cutting. And I've got 15 of you watching. Amazing. Thank you. So just check out which other designs you want. I like that one. These would be nice on a little tag. You could use those for a little tag, like a matching tag. So I'm going to do 2 strips, 2 1.5s. And of course, you can do this design with any of the papers. You know, it doesn't have to be a Christmas card. It could be any occasion card, depending on what papers you're using. So I've got 4 so far, and you can repeat them. There's no rule to say you can't repeat. You're cutting out Christmas trees for Geraldine. You are a good one, Fiona. Oh, now you see, there Julie's made an error because the pine cones really could do with going the other way. So actually though, they're all over the shop, so I might not use that one. I might go for a different one. I might go for this one. Talking of shops, and I said they're all over the shop. Little Shop of Horrors ticket bookings open very soon, next week I think. So if you are local, or hey, if you're not local and you want a trip out to come and see Little Shop of Horrors, I would absolutely love it if you want to come and see it. It's going to be amazing. And it's the dates are the 6th to the 11th of December. It's so festive. No, it's not at all festive. And I think tickets are priced at £15 for adults, or sort of full price, and £14 for concessions. So yeah, let me know if you're interested, and I can sort some tickets out for you. 9.5, Jill. I should type that in. Because your small piece of white is 9.5, but the same length as the small piece of white. Like that. So what we do now, and I'll keep the one I've already done in view for you. It's not very bright today, is it? Let me just move that light. And hopefully put a bit more light on the situation there for you. It's a little bit brighter. So what we're going to do is the first one, it depends which one you want as the first one, but that sticks right up to the edge, yeah, to the left hand side. Okay, and then you might want to alternate these sort of colour wise, so you might not want an overly red one next to another red one. You might want these two designs, that because it's the only one I've repeated, you might want those sort of at each opposite ends. Okay, and then I might want a more greeny one there. So I just pop these on with a little white gap. It's about a couple of millimetres in between. And I'm just placing them on for now. See? Now if you love this paper, then you will, I've advertised my next round of coffee and card. I nearly said coffee and card, and I did say coffee. It's coffee and craft. It's in Bingley, Fiona. Yep, it's in Bingley. Hotels close by, if anyone wants a road trip. Yep, it's in Bingley. There is a Saturday matinee, though. If people wanted a day out, there is a Saturday matinee at 2:30 on the 11th. So if you wanted to get back in time for Strictly, you could. So what I'm going to do here is, I've not got much of a gap in between, so we then the middle two. And this is why we don't start sticking them down straight away. We just adjust. So there's a bit too much of a gap there. So we just move them. I must say it's a brilliant facilities where I'm rehearsing. I've never been in a show that's been as organised. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing these down, and what I like to do is I like to work from the outside edge. So I'm going to do my two outside pieces first. Oh, I've got 15 this morning. Okay. Now these have moved a bit, so just don't rush it. Spend a bit of time. great for, yeah, so it's at Bingley Arts, it's Bingley Arts Centre, Fiona, on the main street. It's a fabulous building. It's like a TARDIS. It doesn't look as big from the outside. Man, it's amazing. I feel very lucky to be doing this show. Oh no, I was going to have those, wasn't I? Was I? Oh, it doesn't matter. I think I prefer the red. The only trouble is with rehearsing, and like last night we sang, it was a singing rehearsal last night, so no movement. I've got a night off tonight. So the only problem is we did sort of 2 hours of singing, and I think we did three songs that we were in. We do a lot of backing vocals, our characters. And you come home from rehearsal and all the songs are just buzzing. I've got a really special VIP watching. So Chloe, hi Chloe. Chloe is Craig's son's girlfriend. So I said to her, I've just been texting her, and I said, if you're not doing anything, Chloe, if you saw the lovely little puppy on my on my Instagram, on my business Instagram, then Chloe's Kiki's mummy. She's very cute. She's watching the crafts. She'd probably like to chew the crafts. So yeah, glue the last strip on. So yeah, the songs just, I can't get to sleep for about an hour because the songs are just going around my head. So we've got, you can see I've used completely different papers. In fact, I've not even used one of the same paper there. I've used completely different papers. And it looks really different even though it's the same pack. Now what we do is we pop this now on our other piece of white, and as if by magic we have now like a white frame around the whole thing, and we've cheated it. So we've got the white sections in between, and now we put the larger piece on and we've got the little white frame around. She would have to be kept away from the crafts, yeah. Thanks for leaving a comment, Chloe, anyway. Appreciate it. I'm nervous now you're watching. Okay, so I'm going to glue that on. And then don't glue it on your card yet, though. But then it will really make it pop when you pop it on the card there. And you can see how it stands out with the white frame all the way around. And it's a great way of using up your scraps. Now, in typical Julie style, we're going to put a bow on it. So I'm going to turn it upside down. I always do my bows upside down. And we're going to tie it to the left whilst it's upside down. But when we turn it the other way, it will be on the right. I hope that we've given you enough ribbon when we've packed these kits. I think this ribbon is on back order at the moment. I think it's temporarily out of stock. It's not actually in the Christmas section, this ribbon. It does tie a nice bow. It's in the autumn sort of section. So there we have our bow. And then obviously this is going to go on here like that. Okay, so I'm just having another drink. You want to get involved? Well, she said the magic words, ladies. No, I've bought you a Christmas kit, Chloe. Oh, it's gone a bit. Oh, I thought it'd gone a bit fuzzy then. Okay, so now we need to do some stamping. So grab a foam mat if you've got. Actually, is this a? I've forgotten. Yeah, we do need a foam mat. Okay, let's stamp some of our holly leaves first. So grab some blocks. Right, so what we're going to do is pop the holly leaves on the block. Okay, Chloe, this is a bit of stamping. And we also need the berries. So I'm only using the holly and the berries today. Okay, and I'm going to stamp. This is, as I mentioned last week, this is the same colour ink pad, the Evening Evergreen, but I've stamped it once and then stamped it again and got a paler colour. So it's like you get sort of two colours from your ink. So we're going to tap it in the ink pad and then stamp down and then stamp again. And then we get the two different colours. What ribbon? Hi, Deanne. The ribbon, I will show you. Where have I just put that catalogue? It is in with the Blackberry Beauty Suite, Deanne. On page number 45. And it's this one here. The gold shimmer ribbon. And that's why I like to do cards with things like that on, because people don't know how nice they are until I include a little bit in a kit and stuff like that. It gives you a taster. So that was stamping, Chloe. Stamp the leaves, and then I'm going to ink up the berries. Now I don't want these paler, so I'm going to ink them up again and stamp them again. Okay, and I've given you plenty of card. You don't need all that card. I've given you a little bit extra. Room for errors. Some of you got the dies. Some of you got these dies that were included, and some of you didn't. Okay, so if you got the dies, you can cut your leaves out there in your machine with the dies. Okay, you can also cut the berries out with your berry die, which is here. Now I always do the hard way because some of my customers have not bought the dies. Okie doke. And although the stamps two holly leaves together, when you use the dies, it does separate them, so you don't have to have them like spread out like they are. Okay, so we're going to cut all these out, and if you're cutting them out yourself, as you can see here, leave a little bit of white space around the edge. Don't cut right to the colour because it just looks nicer, and apparently it's artistic and it's easier on the eye. Okay, so a little bit of cutting today. As you can see, if you don't like cutting out, you need some good sharp scissors like these. And I'm hardly moving the scissors. I'm moving the paper and the card more than I'm moving the scissors. I've got a fun fact about these scissors. I have a few spare pairs of these. And during the height of lockdown or lockdowns, I had to do Craig's hair, and I've never cut anybody's hair before in my life. I don't even think I was ever naughty as a child and cut my own hair. But my friend Peach gave us some of his old clippers, and I did Craig's hair. I must have done it now about 6-7 times. So I did it with the clippers. These scissors are as good as hairdressing scissors because I trimmed with these scissors and a comb. Not this pair. I've got a spare pair that I keep now in the box with the clippers. But yeah. And then when my hairdresser came back and my hairdresser started doing Craig's hair, she said I'd done a really good job. So there you go. Stampin' Up paper snips are good enough for hair cutting as well. You know, I'm not saying the Vidal Sassoon quality, but they are very sharp. You do have to be careful. Okay, so the hollies are cut out there, 4 of them. That wasn't too arduous. Best scissors you've ever had. Oh, thanks, Deanne. They are good. I know that I once gave them as gifts to my customers as an online shopping prezi. And I thought, even if customers have already got a pair, they are so worth having an extra pair, because I keep one just for ribbon cutting. So what I'm going to do with these, I just have a little problem with these berries, that they're in a 4. I like to have them in a 3. So I might just cut these 3 out together, because the 4th one just looks a bit like it's stuck out on its own. So I'm just going to cut the 3 in a 3. But you can cut them out and then snip the 4th one off. But thanks for saying that, Deanne, because it's nice to have. I can say they're great until the cows come home, but it's nice to have customers say that they're the best scissors you've ever had. Okay, so 3 little berries there. Yeah, I did. I sent them out, and I know people already did have them, but I said, look, if you've already got them, then use them as your best. You use the new ones as your best pair. There we go. So everything's cut out now. Got hollies, got leaves, and now we need to stamp a sentiment. Now, obviously there wasn't a greetings sentiment included in this. Oh, that's brilliant, Deanne. Oh, you see, you're all saying how they are the best ones. Yep, I have the ribbon pair, best pair ever. I've been using this greeting set, Christmas to Remember. And I'm going to use this stamp, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Now, little note about this stamp set. If you want to join round 16 of Coffee and Craft, it's not Coffee and Card next time. I am going to talk about it at the end. This is one of the stamp sets that you could have with it, but I will go through that in a moment. So I'm going to use Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Yep, you can get that sticky stuff remover as well, Fiona. Okay, now Julie, naughty Julie's not cleaned this stamp. So I'm going to take my early espresso. You could stamp this in the evening evergreen, that would be fine. And I'm going to stamp this as close to the centre as I can. Oops, it's on a bit of an angle, but you know, it's handmade. Okay, so we can start. We've done everything stamping wise. Look, I'm always got stuff on my fingers. So what we can do now is we can glue this down onto our card. Yeah, they are very good, and that's exactly why I have 2 pairs. Well, I have more than 2. They are, do you know, we've all made those cheap mistakes with crafty purchases. We've all done it. I've done it, you know, and I know Stampin' Up's not the cheapest, you know, but the quality is fabulous. And I always say, you buy cheap, you buy twice. It's the same with everything. It's the same with things like skincare products. You know, I'm not going to start naming brands, but it's the same with skincare products. It's the same with kitchen gadgets. You know, there is a reason why some things are a bit more expensive. You know, it's the same with I'll say to Craig, it's the same with a bike. You know, if you go in a shop and one bike's £200 and another bike's £600, you know, which is the better performing bike? Well, it's going to be the one that's 600 because it's got more quality fittings and fixtures on it. So yeah, right, I didn't mean for today to become a bit of a sales marathon, but right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop this on here with some foam pads. And Chloe, when I sort you out with a kit, you get everything you need in it to do the cards, apart from you could do with some scissors. And I might recommend you get one of these glues, but there are some glue dots in the kit. And I'm going to pop that on there, so it's raised up a little bit. I am going to trim that ribbon down. And then we are going to, where's my prototype? It still looks a bit dark today. I don't know what. I bought this lamp from, actually from Aldi. And I don't know what, I've used it so much in the last couple of weeks. I don't know how I managed without it. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of position them. I'm going to do them on either corner, like that. And then I'll pop these on afterwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop some glue on the label and take the leaf, just hold it down with my scissors and take the other one to it, and hopefully it will pick up some of that glue. Yeah, and then I can pop these on top, but I might put an extra bit of glue on here. Now you might feel you're sold with the scissors. Hey, don't let Matthew get hold of them for doing anything though, Chloe. Right, you might feel like you want a foam pad under here. So what you can do is just, I'm just using the edge of one, is just peel that up and pop one underneath just to secure it if you feel that you need one under there. Could have done it before, probably would have been easier, but there's always a way around things. And if anyone's going to do something the hard way, it would be me. So I might actually do the foam pads on these before I glue them. Just right at the top. So that's going to go on there like that. Yeah. So again, pop some glue here. Oops, hang on. Take the back off, Julie. I would be lost. We don't want no doggy accidents with scissors either. And then we're just going to pop the berries on like that. And there we have our card today. Let me just trim this down. There we go. So there's today's card. Let me do my usual swish everything to one side. Clear up the mess, the debris. Mind my coffee julep. Let's move all that. Oh, floor looks as good a place as any. So there we have two different makes, but same but different. Yep, I spend about 3 minutes. Oh, thanks, Karen. Please put a picture on our group, won't you? I know you did last week, and it was lovely, so please put a photo on. I've loved making it with you. Now, no problem, Carol. Before we finish, oh, it's 11:05 today. I've got a couple of things to talk to you about what I've got coming up. And I'll talk about the next round, the coffee and craft. Now, it is for 6 weeks. I decided that starting in November was going to be cutting it fine for doing more Christmas cards, because we've already done 2 rounds of Christmas back to back. So I'm doing coffee and craft, for Christmas craft, rather than coffee and card. So we're going to be making for 6 weeks Christmas crafts like bags, boxes, tags, things like that. Things that will be useful. Thanks Chloe for watching. I've loved it. And things that you could gift to people, share the Stampin' Up love. So let me tell you what's included. You are going to get a full pack of these papers. When I say a full pack, it's 12 sheets of 12 by 12. One of the projects we're going to do is a big gift bag, and it uses 2 sheets of 12 by 12, which is why I've specifically included a full pack. You can also choose which stamp set. There's no ink pads included in it because the stamping's going to be minimal. So you can choose to have, I think option A is Holly Jolly Wishes. Yeah. And option B is the one I've just used, a Christmas to Remember. Now, I did do a Facebook Live yesterday, and I said, if you already have Christmas sentiment sets or greeting sets, and you want to take part, and it might be putting you off, that you don't want to do it because you've already got this stamp set or that stamp set, you've already got stuff, you can still join, but choose something else to the value of £20, because the class is £39, the course, for all the kits, for the papers and a stamp set. But if you wanted, say, 3 ink pads instead, that comes to £21. You just pay the £1 extra, and you can swap things out. And I've never made that clear before, and that's something I need to improve on. So thank you to my customer who asked. She's joined but swapped stuff out. So that's totally fine to do. I'm very, very flexible, and I'm very approachable. So please ask if you want to swap anything out, or what ink pads you might need and things like that. So here's a cute little bag just to give you an idea of some of the things that we might be making. I've not actually put a tag on it yet, but this is one of the weeks that we'll be doing, and it's a tiny cute little gift bag. Would be perfect for a little bit of Christmas jewellery, or something that you could wrap up in a bit of tissue paper and pop in there. It's made with 2 pieces of 6 by 6. We are going to do a larger version of this, a massive version. So they are 2 of the bags that I'm going to be doing, and then I'm going to be doing boxes and a home decor piece, things like that. So it's really exciting, and it's a little bit different, and that will run from the 9th of November through to the 14th of December. And then the round 17 will start on the 21st of December, and that's already on my website as well, so I'm getting super organised. So thank you for tuning in this morning. It's been lovely to have your company. I've got 18 of you watching now. Please do get in touch if you've any questions, or if you want to book onto anything, please do send me a message. And the last date to book for that, Fiona, would be, let me think, probably around, well, I usually say 2 weeks before. So if you count back 14 days from the 9th, probably around the 25th, 26th of October, I would say. So maybe about 2 weeks from now, so that I can get everything ordered and get it out to you. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your thumbs ups. And I'll be on Facebook Live, hopefully, this afternoon at 1:30. So please tune into that as well. I don't know what I'm doing yet on there, but I should be there at 1:30 today. And I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.